My name is Kimberly Cheatle, and
Tonight, Kimberly Cheatle, the 29-year veteran of the Secret Service, is out. In a letter to President Biden saying the Secret Service's solid mission is to protect our nation's leaders. On July 13th, we fell short on that mission. I take full responsibility for the security lapse. Her resignation, first reported by NBC News, comes 9 days after a gunman tried to assassinate Donald Trump at a rally, putting Cheatle in the hot seat yesterday as she struggled to answer basic questions.
Why was the rooftop left naked to begin with? Can you tell us that, considering it was within the line of sight and so very close?
Again, I can't speak to the specifics of this particular event site.
The deputy director has now stepped in temporarily, but questions and harsh criticism of the agency persist. House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Mark Green has subpoenaed the Secret Service.
The fact that there was nobody covering the top of that building is ridiculous.
He is calling for even more changes, especially during this tense and high-profile election season.
We're going to continue to lay out all the things that we think need to be addressed and hope and watch and make sure that Secret Service implements those.
For years, the agency has had a staffing shortage. One of the reasons Secret Service sources tell NBC News it denied some requests for more security at earlier Trump events. The Secret Service currently has about 3,500 agents assigned to protective details, including new, more enhanced security for Vice President Kamala Harris. That's 500 fewer agents than they had 10 years ago. Paul Eckloff served in the Secret Service for 23 years.
Director Cheatle needed to go. She had lost the faith of the men and women of the Secret Service.
We're in the middle of a campaign season. How much time does the Secret Service have to learn the lessons and fix what went wrong?
The simple answer is they have no time. They have to integrate those changes now before another tragedy occurs.
And Julia, what kinds of changes could the Secret Service be considering here?
Lester, experts say they could assess how much they depend on local law enforcement, revamp their recruiting process, and increase aerial surveillance. But nothing has been set in stone yet. Lester.
Julia Ainsley, thank you. Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.